It's like he just gave a kid a new toy. We're like we just learned the information. I love it.
Yeah, and
Smash Bros exclamation point.
Smash Bros exclamation point. Normally a Lucas player, although we have seen them mess around with a bit of the classic good old Steve there. Which we are gonna see versus Diddy Kong.
Oh, that's why they were saying save Smash instead.
I don't think that's what it was, but apparently it's about tier list. But speaking of tier list, these two characters pretty high up there on the tier list. Diddy Kong, a character that was definitely a bit more of a post-quarantine type of character. A lot of people would like to be revisionist about it and say, oh, the character was always good, but failed to acknowledge that Diddy Kong got like a ton of buffs over quarantine, and the character was nothing more than mid before that.
Hey, hold on. We had the pyramid scheme back in those days.
That was the only thing they had going for them.
We had multi-level marketing schemes and barrels. You don't get it.
For the first half of the game, for the first half of 2019, the character's upbeat didn't even work.
I mean, it worked, just not how. It
wasn't good. It wasn't good. But definitely a character that we saw, of course, through good old Tweak. Saw him definitely pushing the character's meta quite a bit. But they are going against the menace of Smash, if you will, in the form of Steve, a character that is debatably the best character in the game. To most people, it probably is, but to a lot of freaks and weirdos like me, thinks they're top 2.
Wow, are you? I didn't know.
I think Sonic's better, but that's not the point here.
You know, that's a word. We don't have to get into that. We don't have to get into that.
Steve is a character that has definitely shown their strengths in this game, and we've seen in the past though can give Diddy Kong some problems, but through the amount of times we have had to watch a Cola versus Tweak, we've seen that there is counterplay with there is counterplay as Diddy Kong against Steve, which is quite the improvement made, as we previously saw. The first time we saw Tweak fight against Diddy Kong was like D-Dog in 2021, and it was ugly.
Yeah.
But since then, you know, we've been seeing the improvements, and Haze learning a bit of that with a quite confident lead, comfortable lead, if you will, against Smash Bros right now.
Yeah, but Smash Bros does have that. He does have Diamond Online, so the stock can disappear in a second for Haze. Yeah, he's just trying to throw out the jab. Will run into the loving hands of that up smash, however, and Haze has got himself an actual comfortable lead, so he's got really nothing to worry about.
Well,
and
you
those
say
barrels
that,
are like really.
But
yeah, I say it's like the one.
It's like the one character you actually really can't say that comfortably against.
Actually, yeah, I say that as he gets gold and immediately puts Haze at 70%. So,
oh no,
extremely safe. It's, oh my goodness, 101.
Could have died there.
And yeah, actually could have died. The Diamond pickaxe is finally gonna break. So,
yeah,
it's looking a little safer.
Being able to get out of there, luckily without getting even like a shield break or or even like the bounce off from like the shield poke. But you're entering this last stock at a notably closer percent situation against a Steve with Steve with Diamond, and luckily for you, no gold. Although it's still Steve with Diamond, and that ultimately that's gonna be what does it. Damn, you're dead. GG's.
Yeah, you're dead. Just bounce the board, put the blocks down. Don't even worry about it. So that's my bad. I did say that Haze was looking comfortable, and that's when uncomfortable things start to happen. Smash Bros! Exclamation point taking game 1. But yeah, we're gonna see it right here. Just catches him in the jab. What do you even do there outside of Perish? So, looks like we're gonna get a counter pick to Hollow Bash then. That's
it's definitely a good Diddy Kong stage. The people will like to talk about how like it has a lot of stone on it, but this is actually a quite polarizing stage for Steve, because there are 2 different mining paths on the stage, which is iron and stone. The main thing though is it switches between the two depending on where you are on the stage, and with how much Steve does move when he mines, it leads to a lot of potential like slow down when you get diamond, because if you're mixing it up, they don't follow the same path. So it can take a bit longer to get diamond if you're having to move around a bit, as well as taking a bit longer to mine, because the iron terrain, quote unquote terrain, takes more time to mine than stone just does. Steve is a very unique character who has actually makes stages significantly more important than just being a stage layout.
Yeah, I was never like, I've always been pretty ignorant on the stage layouts and how that works out for Steve. I was kind of bummed out that Overworld wasn't really a stage, so I was like, surely that's not going to be a meta relevant issue.
Be an important thing. But so like on the stage, the purple on the outside and in the middle circle are the stone-based ones, and then like the octagon around it and the platform are iron-based. So if you're moving around, it will lead to like less materials overall, like you're seeing here, and a bit longer to get like diamond and gold.
True, and
like look how much time it's taking for him to mine here. Quite a bit. He's not getting a ton of stuff that's not going to be used in the next few seconds, right?
Exactly, and then he doesn't even have the safety of a platform to like camp under. So it really good map pick here for Haze, but still only has him even here.
What? Oh, great tech.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting situation there. Oh, this could be big.
No, but the block will save his life and sets him up for his own death. Haze, all of a sudden.
Oh no, you're getting put into the wall of pain.
Oh, he's gonna get dragged across the stage with great shield. Has a good reaction, but gets hit into the up smash anyway. A big 71% for SmashBros.
That's plus on shield too. That's the worst part with the down tilt. And you can bring it for like, oh, you know, Steve's sort of struggling. Look at his materials right now. But he's up by a full stock right now, and he has diamond for that next stock. Great parry, but it doesn't matter because it clanked with down air.
Wowzers! What? And gets hit by his own banana. What? The wheel's falling off. All at the end there.
Yeah, Haze, go get yourself a drink, man. You deserve it after that one. But but it really did in that game one. It was just felt very Haze favored until he was so confident going into that, and then he got diamond Steved in that last stock. And that was, you know, just the unfortunate truth to this game is that Steve has the potential to just counteract a lot of characters.
Yeah, and we've seen, I mean, I was saying it earlier on the broadcast, it's just like Smash Brothers is not about how many stocks you have, it is can you cheese, and Steve is the cheeser. So it's like, you know, no lead's ever safe from this guy.
Like, look at that,
you see right there. 65. That guy was at like 20 when that combo started, and he lost the game. Actually insane. I thought that Haze throwing those barrels at the structures that SmashBros was trying to put up would have been like a great deterrent, especially on Hollow Bastion, but it ended up just like not being enough.
The main issue is that you can keep doing that, but it is adding a like there's just so much damage you're taking from your own, and then if you're Steve, if you have like a gold or you're ready for it, you can react pretty consistently to it, and try to punish him for it. That's just really, I mean, a lot of throw banana up, like we'll throw banana up just to get rid of it, and that's what SmashBros did. But unfortunately for Haze, what comes up must come down, and